I see it, yeah.
It's right there. Nice
the 2-2. And that just missed in. And the counts run full 3-2. His last outing didn't have a ball 3 count, did he?
That's right. No one saw a 3-ball count. Only 2 batters saw a 2-ball count, but Sharman's just got to stick to his game plan. Obviously, that's in the past, and just got to go out there and try to execute pitches.
Payoff on the way. And that is strike 3 called for out number 1. Got him on the inside corner.
Yeah, really nice job. Came back with a good fastball. He set him up with the breaking ball, the pitch before that missed down in the zone. And like you said, these guys like to throw on the inside part of the plate, and he executed that perfectly.
Here's Chase Swain, belted his 2nd homer this season yesterday, hitting at .348, the right-handed hitting center fielder. Couple of homers, driven in 15. Top of the 1st, 1 out, base is empty, and the first pitch is fouled back. No balls and a strike. One of the things we talked about in the pregame, winning is difficult. And all you got to do is pull up the scoreboard from last night in college baseball, and anyone can beat anyone on any day. And the fact the Tigers have won 12 out of their first 13 is remarkable. The 0-1, and that's strike 2 called.
Yeah, I think yesterday or before yesterday's game, of the top 10 teams in the country, everybody had lost at least 1 game except, I believe, for Texas. I'm not sure how they fared last night, but I'm pretty sure they won. So anybody can beat them.
The 0-2 hit foul right side, got in on his hands, and he dribbles it foul. No balls and 2 strikes. I had a question to ask you, but as you get older, and my next birthday will be number 60, you tend to forget things sometimes.
I'm doing that at 42, so I don't know if that's good or bad moving forward.
No balls and 2 strikes. Sharman delivers, and it's lined to right. Dally back, shy of the terrace. He will one-hand it for out number 2.
That ball carried a little bit, Tony.
Yep.
Ball was hit right off the end of the bat. It was a 2-seam fastball that just was tailing away. A little arm side run, ASR as we call it. So tailing away from the right-handed hitter, but a nice job by Ty getting a good jump on it. And 2 up, 2 down.
So here's the right-handed hitting right fielder, Carter Groon, batting at .333. Couple of homers, driven in 18, has 3 doubles and a triple. I'm going to take a look at that scoreboard for you in just a moment. You mentioned Texas. First pitch floats outside, ball 1.
I actually think the Spartanburg, an upstate team, ventured out to Texas to play the Longhorns.
Yep. Pitch is a swing and a miss, 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, it would help if I had the correct scoreboard up.
That's all right. It was a good changeup, though, by Michael Sharman right there to even the count up, 1-1.
2 outs, base is empty. Just underway, top of the 1st, no score from Doug Kingsmore Stadium. The 1-1. Swing and a miss.
Back-to-back changeup, so just locating that pitch down in the zone, and Sharman working quick, just trying to keep that momentum in our dugout. Jace Terry, the freshman out of Scottsdale, Arizona, 6'2", 180 pounds, right-hander.
The 0-1, up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sun starting or trying to peek through here today.
Jace has got the curse. He throws right-handed. He's right. I had it backwards here on my roster. I thought it was the
1-1 misses. 2-1. And you've got TrackMan.
Yeah, I'm trying to work. So when ACC play starts, they remove our strike zone option. So I was trying to see if I could figure out a workaround. But at least we get the pitch speed and spin rates, all the good metrics.
2-1. This is upstairs, 3 balls and 1 strike. Now, will you have that when, say, the Tigers play at College of Charleston, Citadel, and Notre Dame?
It just obviously, I'm not sure about the non-conference games, but all the conference games have a TrackMan contract.
3-1 is fouled off. 3 balls and 2 strikes. I asked because we'll be working those 5 together.
Yeah, I should. We have a sharing system for interleague play, or just I should say ACC play, so we're able to at least see the pitch speed, which helps a lot. But that's one reason why I like to sit in the locker room and watch, see and replay, but also being able to see the balls and strikes and see if there's any tendencies going on.
Here's the payoff, and that's upstairs, ball 4. Good start for the Tigers. A leadoff walk to Purify.
Yeah, nice job by Jared, and we talked about this yesterday, and just the same, similar approach is you have to be patient up there. You want to hunt the heart of the plate, be patiently aggressive, as some of us say, but take those free 90s when they'll give them to you.
Fans, Prisma Health, proud to be the official team physicians for the Clemson Tigers. To learn more, visit prismahealth.org/Tigers. Throw to first, runner back. Here's Tristan McClatty. Left-handed batting center fielder, 378, and now tied for the club lead with 5 home runs. He's driven in 17. Hit a home run in yesterday's 14-1 win. Runner goes. Pitch is taken for a strike. Throw down is not in time. Bang, bang play. Purify safe at second.
Yeah, he got a great jump. It was a good throw right there by Novak as well, but good jump by Jaron, and actually taking an extra 90 there.
So Purify walks to lead off the bottom of the first. 1 pitch in, he steals second. McClatty behind in the count. No balls and a strike. Terry comes set. Check of the runner, the pitch. Swung on and grounded into right field. That's a base hit. Purify will be held up at third. And the first base hit of the game for Clemson puts runners at right.
You go hard until they make you stop, just like rounding first base. You go hard like you're going to make it, you know, a double out of the box until they make you retreat back to the bag.
Here's Nate Savoy, the catcher, right-handed batter. First pitch misses away. 1 ball, no strikes. Savoy batting .388. Has 4 homers, is driven in 15. Of course, he, I thought, changed the South Carolina series with 1 swing, 3-run homer in Greenville, and a 4-1 win in Game 2. Or check that, Columbia, actually, yeah. Sagra Park. Pitch misses away, 2 balls and no strikes. When you're not there, all those foreign ballparks look the same.
Yeah, he's just one of those guys. I'm excited that, you know, he's on our team, that's for sure. So, but just pure strength and one of the most focused guys and, you know, hardworking guys on the team. Has a plan. Every part of his day has a plan.
The pitch is in there for a strike. 2 balls and a strike. Leadoff walk to Purify. He steals second, moves to third on a ground ball single to right field by McClatty. First and third, nobody out. Bottom of the first, no score between LaSalle and Clemson. The pitch, and that is in there for a strike. 2-2.
Yeah, good take there, just ahead in the count, 2-1. So evens the count back up 2-2, but see if he can't get a pitch he can do some damage with and try to find a way to score this run from third.
2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch swung on and grounded to third. The throw goes to second for 1. The relay to first is in time for a double play. No RBI, but a run does score as Purify crosses and the Tigers take a 1-0 lead.
Won't get credit for the RBI there, but was able to get the run across somehow. So the Tigers on the board first. I know probably a disappointing at bat for Nate, but nice turn right there by LaSalle.
Absolutely. And I'm with you. It got the run home. There's a lot of things that could have happened that didn't get it home, and he got it home. So the bases are empty. Run in. Here's Gaffney, the cleanup hitter. Right-handed batting first baseman, takes a called strike. .386, couple of homers, 4 doubles, 11 driven in. He's walked 7 times, been hit by a pitch once, has struck out only 3 times in 44 at-bats. And he swings and hits this one into center. Swain over in the right center. Now will give way to his right fielder, Grun. He will make the call and make the catch.
Yeah, it's coming in, proving me wrong.
Which is just inside a ball, just across the way, probably, what, 300 yards away at most?
Yeah.
Men's basketball regular season finale over at Littlejohn Coliseum. And you've got a, like we saw a couple weeks ago, here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Saw a couple weeks ago against Bryant that this place filled up really quick when basketball ended. They're currently about 10 minutes in that ball game.
I feel like our administration really does a nice job of trying to balance out the start times.
Swing and a miss. Took something off of it once again, and it's 1-2.
You could catch the first half of basketball, and you could catch the back half of softball and come over for a good baseball game. What more could you ask for?
1-2, soft fly ball, second base side. Purify, a step on the outfield grass, makes the call and the catch, 1 down. You know, DC 78, 79, and an 89, right in on the hands.
Yeah, he throws a 4-seam and a 2-seamer as well. I can tell what it is on the TrackMan metrics, but that's was working on that a little bit through the break there. So see if we can't get that up with long day in the booth here and can't use those resources to our advantage.
Here's Justin Zestawicki, and his first pitch is in there for a strike. Shortstop for the Explorers. Batting in the 5th hole today. .237, is driven in 7, also has 3 doubles. The 0-1, swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes at 76.
The sun's trying to peek out a little bit, burn off some of the overcast.
No balls and a strike. Sharman delivers, swung on, fly ball, center field. McClatty, plenty of room. Few steps over in the left center. Makes the call and the catch, 2 down. So when I look at Sharman, he's the type of guy, and this is really a compliment to him. When you watch him and his arm speed, you can't tell a difference. You have to really look at the scoreboard and see the miles per hour. I mean, that is a true testament of a guy who's got a really good changeup.
Yeah, he's throwing a lot of changeups, I feel like, so far to these right-handed hitters as well, but definitely has a good feel for it today. But, yeah, when you can tunnel it the same thing where it looks like it's going to be the same pitch and then it's 6-8 miles an hour lower, there's another one right there. 80 miles an hour, 1,600 spin rate, so just doing a nice job just deceiving the hitter there with the changeup.
The 0-1. And that's strike 2 called at 90.
Yeah, that makes that changeup's making that fastball look even harder as well. So Sharm ahead. I had a feeling it was going to get maybe in the low 30s overnight.
Left-handed hitter Tyler Lichtenberger, the shortstop for the Tigers, to lead things off. Looks at ball 1, batting .244, but that average is on the upswing. He is really starting to swing it well. Had some big hits against South Carolina in that series win against the arch rival Gamecocks. Fouled straight back. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, looks like that long-range forecast when we head down to Charleston for a couple days. It's Tuesday the 17th, low of 34. Wednesday, low of 37. So,
wow. The 1-1. 2-1. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that trip. Obviously spent most of my life. And I went to Wando.
Homecoming
got some
for you.
friends that actually want to see me. I don't know what's wrong with them. But anyway, we're going to get together during that 2 days in the Holy City. 2-1 misses in. 3 balls and a strike. Looking forward to it.
A nice job by Tyler Lichtenberger here, just trying to find a way to get on base. That's one of our goals. We're trying to get that leadoff guy aboard and see if we can't build an inning.
3-1. And that is ball 4. Just like the top half of the first when Purify walked to lead off the frame, Lichtenberger reaches on a walk to start the second. There's Jason Fultz Jr. Fultzy, the designated hitter, right-handed batter. Good-looking freshman. 4 hits in his first 19 trips, has driven in a pair. Got a .400 on-base percentage because he's also been hit 3 times and has walked 3 times.
I'm excited about Jason Fultz. He's a definition of a ball player.
Ball 1.
Extremely hard-working kid from Pennsylvania. Actually attended P27 Academy his last year in Columbia, which is your true baseball junkies. They're there to focus on baseball.
They're the first runner back. Lichtenberger down at first base, has not attempted a stolen base this season. You know, I've actually visited P27 right there in Lexington.
Okay, I haven't actually been there.
13 of 17 Tigers as a club in the stolen base department. Pitches outside, 2-0. Tell some gentlemen. Tyler Stevenson, don't know if you know that name, catcher for the Cincinnati Reds. You know, he lives in Lexington.
Really? Interesting.
And he works out there in the offseason. Yeah. 2-0. That misses outside. 3 balls and no strikes.
That's what we call the shotgun command there, Tony. Just being able to kind of missing all over the zone. Just you got to stay dialed in, and Coach Schnabel says it best. You got to hunt the heart of the plate.
3 balls and no strikes. The pitch, and that's ball 4. So 8 of his first 9 pitches to start the second inning have been out of the strike zone for Chase Terry, and the Tigers had the first 2 aboard by way of walk.
It'll be interesting to see when they go to that bullpen too. Yesterday they went to the bullpen just actually in the second inning with McDonald going an inning and a third, but still 3 games to play on the weekend, 2 today. See how they can serve that bullpen and how long a leash they'll give him.
Here's Jack Crichton, the left fielder today, right-handed batter, first and second, nobody out. The pitch to Jack. Swung on, popped up, right side out of play. No balls and a strike. Crichton hitting it .341. He's driven in 6. He also has 3 doubles. So many guys you could use this example, but he really is kind of the heart and soul of this ball club. But a lot of guys fit that mold on this roster. The 0-1 just caught the outside corner, 0-2. All right, so what is he looking to do here at the least, even though it's 0-2?
It's a 2-strike approach, so you got to shorten up just a bit, but he did just throw the breaking ball for a strike, but he's not going to overpower you with the fastball, so look fastball and adjust.
The 0-2. Swung on, hit to short. Could be two. Second one. Relay is in time. A big double play for the visitors. That's their second double play of the ball game. And that one leaves a runner at third, but now two away. Goes 6-4-3. Stemberger to third. Fultz retired at second, and here's Ty Dowley with a runner at third, 2 outs. 1-0 Tigers. Bottom of the second inning from Doug Kingsmore Stadium. Alongside Brad Owens, I'm Tony Schufo. Left-handed hitting right fielder for the Tigers, 256. Homeward last Sunday against South Carolina. Also driven in 8. He looks at ball 1. Fans, elevate your financial game with Founders Federal Credit Union. Visit foundersfc.com to see how you can pursue financial excellence today. 1-0. Swung on and drilled to center, but plenty of room out there to the catcher, Jaden Novak. The right-handed batting catcher is outside ball 1. But what a job he's done in 2 very short years here at Clemson. The 1-0 just missed in. 2-0.
Yeah, those pitches aren't missing by much. And yeah, back to Coach Poppy. They're fun to watch. Great staff. Courtney Etheridge, their director of operations, always doing a phenomenal job.
2-1, chop to third. That is a fair ball. Dillard fields, throws, and a nice play at first by Gaffney with the pick, and there's one away.
That's a backhand pick, fully stretched out there. But that ball, if it didn't hit the bag, but it was very close to hitting the bag. Nice play, nice call by Mike Jarbo, the third base umpire, but phenomenal defensive play there on both ends.
Yeah, that ball, as you mentioned, almost hit the bag. Dillard stayed with it. Long throw across the diamond, and Gaffney picked it, made it look routine. Here's the third baseman, Austin Rue. He looks at ball 1.
A little bit low, I believe.
Rue off to a little bit of a slow start, but he's only had 6 at-bats. This is only his second start of the year. He's 1 for 6. That misses in. 2 balls, no strikes.
Back to that changeup. That's the 1-0 changeup, and nice job. Michael Sharman steps off the back of the mound, just collecting himself here and reset.
The 2-0. Drilled to deep left. Going back is Crichton. He'll play it 1 hop off the wall. Into second is Austin Rue. He's got a 1-out double. And that is the first hit of the afternoon for the visiting LaSalle Explorers.
Yeah, I think that was just a mistake by Michael Sharman. He went back with the 2-seam fastball, and ball just kind of ran right back over the middle part of the plate. And Rue doing a nice job getting the bat head out and just driving that ball 104 miles an hour off the bat. So see if we can't leave him right there.
Yeah, you got to, as you said, give credit to Rue, but hitters count 2-0. And then a lot of times you hear folks say, man, you're facing the 8-hitter, throw strikes, right? And you go at him, but give Rue credit. He jumped on it. He was waiting on it. Here's Daniel Perez. Left-handed batting second baseman. Throw back to second. And Rue is back with ease.
I think that's one thing that I really admire from this Clemson team is they do a nice job of picking to second base. That's not an easy pickoff play, but just the timing and honestly, I'll credit it's all the hard work I see them. They work at it.
Pitch to Perez. That is in there for a strike. No balls and a strike. Tigers got a run in the first. Leadoff walk to Purify. Eventually moved to third after he stole second. Went to third on a base hit by McClatty. Scored on the bounce out by Savoy. The 0-1. And that is strike 2 call. This is the first threat for LaSalle. Sharman retired the first 7, 3 of which he struck out. Number 8 hitter in the order, Rue doubles with 1 out in the third. The 0-2 to Perez, swing and a miss. Took it off speed that time, down and away, and that's his 4th punch out, 2nd out of the inning.
Yeah, really nice breaking ball there, left on left. Nice job. He even extended the plate, went 0-2, went off the plate to see if he could get him to chase, and just like he drew it up, just a couple balls off the plate. Nice pitch.
So here's Gilliana. The left fielder struck out to begin the game. And he looks at a pitch in there for a strike 0-1. So the first time through the order for Sharman. Got him with 24 pitches. 4 strikeouts, allowed 1 base hit. Now top of the order with 2 outs. The pitch, swing and a miss.
That changeup's working today, man. It was one of my most fun pitches, favorite pitches to throw. But
I was going to ask you, did you throw a changeup?
That was about the only pitch I could throw. I had a very. Take some notes, Bob. Let me know how I can get better.
Bob is the best. So it will be for the Tigers. Jay Dillard, third baseman, to lead things off, and he looks at ball one. One of my favorite players. 375, 3 for 8 on the early season. Has a homer, but he's driven in 5 already. And a 1 for 3 day with an RBI yesterday. He looks at ball 2. Nope, that's called the strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Of course, had the 2-run double, 2-run homer against Michigan State.
I think that home run against Michigan State should count for 2. I mean, it was awesome.
I think Bob put it best. Here's the 1-1, nowhere near. 2-1 that if he had hit it here, it would have been over the Chapman grandstand.
Yeah, that's a good perspective.
Yep.
And it would have been probably felt like it had gone through the lights, because it definitely would have cleared the roof out in left field. And testament of hard work.
2-1, 3 balls and a strike. So we have seen Chase Terry. You talked about that shotgun strike zone, if you will, but he's walked the leadoff batter in each of the first 2 innings, and he's 1 bad one away here against Dillard, down in the count 3-1.
He's done a nice job, though, of getting some ground balls, because they've already rolled 2 double plays so far.
And that is ball 4. And the 3rd consecutive inning that the Tiger leadoff batter has walked, overall the 4th walk for the Tigers today. I just like the way, Dillard carries himself like a pro, like a veteran, and he did that last year. We talked in the pregame about when he had the opportunity to start down in Tallahassee against Florida State. Just love the way he handles himself, throw to first, and Dillard is back.
Yeah, I think he's done that really since he's been here. He's just such a mature young man, and he's going to have a bright future no matter what he does after baseball, but the kind of teammates you like.
Purified, taps it foul at home plate. Yeah, I guess a better word is the way he carries himself.
Yeah. He's just a true team player. I mean, no matter the task, you could tell him you need to go catch, and he'd figure out some way to figure it out. But he's the kind of guys you like, and again, kind of like your Jack Crichton. It's a different type of player, but a guy that you want in the lineup right now.
No balls and a strike to Purify, and the throw again goes to first. Mentioned that the Tigers, coming into this doubleheader as a team, they are 13 of 17 in the stolen base department. Dillard has not attempted a stolen base. He's down at first, leading off the 3rd. Pitch upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Now, one thing Coach Backage challenged this team this morning with is like, hey, you talk about 18 innings of play today, and this is not a marathon. It is a 1-inning sprint 18 times today. So he challenged them to really bring it.
Pitch misses away. That's an interesting way of putting it. 18 sprints and not a marathon.
It's not. It's not the 8K that they had this morning going around campus. It's a 1-inning sprint for 18 times today.
Dillard bluffs going. The 2-1 catches the corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Purify. The young man down a couple boosts, by the way, is a umpire evaluator.
Oh,
had the pleasure of
sneaking in on people.
Chatting with him a couple of innings yesterday. 2-2.
Didn't even know he was here.
Fouled off right side out of play, and I want to apologize. I probably should find out between innings.
You blew his cover, Tony.
Well, I didn't know his name. I can't remember, but I do know he was in Omaha in 2010. He showed me a picture. Nice. He and Jack having a little discussion on the field at Omaha.
That was a sweet trip. I was fortunate enough to be a part of that team.
Second hit of the game, by the way, that Purified double in the deep right center. The Tigers have 2 on, nobody out, and that pitch misses low, 2-0. Got the first baseman, Welchins, about even with the grass down at first, and likewise about a step or so on the grass down at third is Rue. The 2-0, 3 balls and no strikes with Savoy waiting on deck.
You give him the green light right here, Tony?
I would, but what would you do?
I think I give him the green light.
See, I'm a little conservative. Yeah, I'm a little, like,
it's got to be one pitch, one spot, though. You got to hunt the heart of the middle of the plate.
3-0 is in there for a strike, 3-1. Well, especially second and third, right? Because the chance of a double play really aren't, unless it's a line drive right out somebody, is really not there. Pitch is swung on and tapped foul, first base side, 3-2.
Now you got to protect here. You got to be selective, find a way. You got Nate Savoy, one of most powerful hitters on this lineup on deck. So see if you can look for one pitch here.
The payoff. Swung on, hit to first. And it's grabbed there by the first baseman, Welchans. He will now run the runner Purify back to second. They will tag him, and McClatty will be at first on the fielder's choice, which goes 3-4. I do believe, but I'll double check that. But anyway, fielder's choice out number 1.
Yeah, that's a tough play right there.
3-6.
Tip your cap to first baseman there when Welchans coming in. He charged that ball too. It was a kind of a hot chopper that he came in and got it, and Jay Dillard broke home, and instead of getting him back in the run down, he got purified. You try to stay it as long as you can, maybe to get McClatty at second. Yep.
But really, good job by LaSalle. Handled that very well.
They did, and I felt like, you know, Purify was going to be put out before McClatty could get to second, so I don't mind it.
Runner goes. Pitch is taken for a strike. The throw down, not in time. Stolen base for McClatty. And for Tristan, that is his 7th swipe in 8 attempts this year.
All right, we're back where we started here. It's just like replacing Purify out there, but now we have 1 out. So Nate Savoy here, see if we can't come up with some RBIs here.
Second and third, 1 out. Savoy bounced into a double play his first time. Terry comes set, pitch is pulled foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Savoy, second on the ball club with 15 runs driven in. Coming into the game.
He's a transfer from Loyola Marymount in California, but had a phenomenal freshman campaign, and Tigers picked him up out of the portal.
Foul straight back. Savoy with those 15 ribbies, tied with Jacob Gerald, who gets the opener off. Gerald and Savoy both with 15 runs driven in.
Yeah, you're going to see Jacob the next game, so that was a plan with 4 games. They'll each catch 2.
Yeah, for a catcher, there's no such thing as 18 sprints, right?
Yeah,
that's a little bit. Yeah.
Jacob Gerald, he'd say that he can do it. So he voted unanimously the hardest worker on the team, which is unheard of.
Infield in, pulled foul. The next pitch stays 0-2. Well, I guess, 3 weeks ago, we had this new situation where we actually interviewed Coach before the radio broadcast. We interviewed him around lunchtime.
Okay.
So we were with you guys while y'all were having your lunch down in the Players Lounge, and I saw him. And you don't see the players a lot, but he's a big kid, Gerald. Pitch is pulled to third, off the glove of the third baseman, Rue. Everybody safe. Scoring from third is Dillard, and the Tigers take a 2-0 lead.
And the Tigers caught a break right there. Not the at-bat Nate Savoy wanted, but the LaSalle Explorers had the infield in. It's going to be rolled in E5, but he just tried to make the play before he had the ball. So, hey, we'll take those 390s any way we can get them. That gets us the second run of the game.
So McClatty will stay at second, first and second. And here's Gaffney with 1 out. Question will be, do they give him an
field in again?
They are, and here is Lichtenberger looking at ball 1. Tyler led off the second inning with a walk, but was eventually stranded at third base. So the Tigers have scored a pair in the bottom of the third, 2 on. Second and third, still only 1 out. The 1-0 off the catcher's mitt, but not far enough for Savoy to score from third, and the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, good job by Litch, just being patient up there at the plate. The ball is definitely out of the zone, so Savoy wanted it too. He could see him down there kind of chomping. Like, oh, the ball wasn't quite far enough away.
2-0. Fouled straight back. 2 balls and a strike. I go back to the series finale against South Carolina, and I think about his base hit into left center that drove in a pair.
Yeah, just he's going to be a player.
It was big for the series, but I think it was also big for him.
Yep, he was the freshman of the year in the Sun Belt for a reason.
Pitch is pulled right to the first baseman, Welchans, who snares it for a loud out number 2 and hit that ball right on the nose.
Yeah, that's a tough break for the Tigers. That ball was 100 miles an hour, line drive. Welchans over there didn't even move out of his tracks, but would have been
saved a couple runs.
Yeah, it would have been 2 runs for sure down that right field line. So just going to have to pick up your teammate here and see what Jason Fultz Jr. can do.
So Fultz steps in. He walked in the second inning. The pitch swung on and pulled foul outside of third. He was part of The Tigers' second inning when Lichtenberger and Foltz walked to begin the frame, but a 6-4-3 double play and a fly ball ended the threat. We're in the third. Tigers have scored a pair. They lead 3-0, and there is strike 2 called. Off speed at 76.
I don't mind that take either. It's just, I know you're down 1-0-1 in the count. That's a breaking ball that you got to make him throw for a strike.
The 0-2 swung on, grounded to second. Perez has it. Toss to first, and the inning is over. Tigers get a pair. Terry does a nice job, however, of keeping the over the Explorers, who dropped only their third game. 11 tries this year. Yesterday's opener. Doubleheader today, single game tomorrow. Keeping an eye on men's basketball. Oh, by the way, they're late first half. Georgia Tech with a 4-point lead. We'll give you a halftime score in just a moment. Carter Gruen to lead off the fourth, and he looks, or I checked that. Chase Swain to lead things off. It'll be 2, 3, and 4. He looks at a strike. Clemson has had base runners in every inning. Next pitch is bounced to third, just foul. No balls and 2 strikes. I thought Dillard was going to do the same thing he did last inning.
Yeah, Jarbo, umpire, third base umpire Mike Jarbo was in a great position though, but that's what you teach your third baseman. You don't play umpire. You can field that ball and make the play just as if everything was fair.
No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and that just missed in. Good call by the home plate umpire. I tell you what, these guys on the bases and behind the plate, they do an outstanding job.
It's a thankless job. There's no doubt about that, especially in the big leagues right now with the ABS system.
1-2 is fouled off. Count remains 1-2.
They got underneath the awning.
Really? That doesn't happen much.
I don't see that. I keep telling Don we're going to get one in here one day, but he reminds me he got one in Omaha. I'd like to go back and try to find out if we can't get another one.
1-2. Missed away. 2-2. You got a lot of people that would volunteer to go to Omaha. Tigers late in the first half in basketball, trailing now by 6. Here's the 2-2. Missed away. 3-2.
That's the 41st pitch from Michael Sharman through 3 complete here into the 4th.
Surrendered 1 base hit to this point. Payoff. Swing and a miss.
That's the changeup again. Man, he's just feeling good with that pitch today, and it's fun to watch.
5th strikeout for Sharman. Has not walked a batter, and on the season now, he has worked 23 1/3 inning, 1 walk, and 23 strikeouts. It's not bad. Sounds like your numbers at Anderson University back in the day.
The opposite side.
There's Gruen. Struck out his first time. He looks at ball 1. Kind of amazing. 1 walk. There's somebody in the country right now going, I got that 1 walk.
That's right.
Foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. But look, we always hear work fast, throw strikes.
Yeah,
I mean that's what he does.
That's what Jimmy Bellinger. The goal of the strike percentage is 64%.
Here's the 1-1, and that is hit hard into right field. That's a base hit. Nice job going the other way for Gruen. Now 1 for 2, second knock of the afternoon for the Explorers. A 1-out single in the 4th.
Yeah, that's that same fastball they got to hit on before. Just a fastball that left over the middle part of the plate, and good effort by Gaffney too. I thought he was going to catch that ball, and just a bit out of his range.
So they are at the break at Little John Coliseum on Senior Day. And Georgia Tech with this 39-33 lead over the Tigers. So
that's all right. We make second half teams make that adjustment.
Ruben Livingston, so tossed it first. Mentioned it. Coach did over there, Coach Owens in the pregame. 34 out of 37 for LaSalle in the stolen base department. So they will be aggressive.
Yeah, that's right. See if we can't roll us up a ground ball here and get us a double play of our own.
Pitch is swung on and it's popped up. Foul ground behind home plate. Coming this way, takes a bounce and we won't get it. But a nice one-handed catch by the young man down below. And he's got a souvenir. And for him, it's like getting one at Omaha.
That's right. He brought his glove today for a reason.
And he didn't bobble it. I mean, you can bring your glove, but you got to make the play. He made the play.
I think as Don Munson said, I think he's from Pendleton.
He's from Pendleton. The 0-1 swung on, hit hard, and
phenomenal family, wonderful man. But played them down there last year, had a great turnout, looking to do it again.
Zestawicki swings and fouls off the first pitch. My daughter, Suzanne, her husband Ryan, they live in that area. In fact, they went to the game last year.
Okay, yeah, the CSRA area. That's my neck of the woods a little bit.
They're gonna. I'm sure they'll be, Dad. You know, you've heard that. You hear that from everybody though. Here's the 0-1. It's fouled back, 0-2. And what I mean by that is how long have you been involved with Clemson baseball?
Clemson baseball, I've been fortunate enough. This is my 19th season.
So over that time, you've had a few people call and go, hey, Brad, you don't know anybody that has some tickets, do you?
Might know a guy or two, so you do what you got to do.
But you don't want to get in the ticket business.
But I'm very thankful those guys want to come watch us play. So.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out for out number 2.
Went back to the breaking ball there and just buried it. So that's a big second out of the inning for Michael Sharman. But I don't mind. If I can get you tickets, I definitely will. There's a lot of times that I can't. But again, just
you're going to kill yourself here by saying that.
Hey, I said if I can, I will. If I can't, and I'll be honest with you. So, but I do appreciate people wanting to come watch us play, and sometimes we can, sometimes we can't.
Here's Welchins, the first baseman, swing and a miss, and it's no balls and a strike. Had some friends of mine from Charleston text me last week, and I think it was for the Carolina series. You know anybody's got tickets? Of course, no. For not that.
Yeah, that one's a tough one.
Even the Bryant series, the 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2. Well, I don't know what Jimmy said, but 5 straight strikes.
It's just nothing, man. You'll know when Jimmy's not happy.
Inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Jack bounced into a 6-4-3 double play his first time. Tigers with 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors. Tigers have stranded 3. Explorers, no runs, 3 hits, 1 error. They have stranded 3. Pitch is swung on, fly ball center field. Coming in quickly is Swain. He will slide and make the catch for out number 1. Nice play by the center fielder for LaSalle.
Yeah, that ball hung up just a bit. The ball was right off the end of the bat. It was a fastball for Jack Crichton, but good jump by Swain out there in center field and making the catch. That was a 61st pitch, by the way, from Jace Terry.
We've talked about Sharman, but Terry's done a nice job, and he at times has been wild, and it has put a lot of base runners or a lot of hitters on base as the first pitch to Daly misses in, 1 ball, no strikes. But to his credit, he has made some big-time pitches to keep this at only a 3-0 deficit.
Yeah, I feel like we've only got 3 hits today, but we've hit some balls hard right at them, and give them credit. They've turned a couple double plays, and like you said, he walked the first 2 guys. They're swinging a foul tip back for Daly there for even up the count 1-1. But he's made some pitches when he had to, and the defense has made some plays. So see if we can't open this thing up, though. I'll take another 7-run 4th again, like Wednesday. Swing
and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the left-handed hitting right fielder. Fly to center his first time. One thing about Ty, and he will continue to kind of get it and do better and better, but he does not get cheated. 1-2 is hit to left. Giuliano back, reaches up and makes the catch for out number 2. That a little more adventurous.
Yeah, the ball was hit a little bit harder than I think he thought originally, but there was a good 2-strike swing there. He got a breaking ball on the outside part of the plate, and he just drove with it. I think that's a difference we've seen in Ty Daly from the start of the season. He's definitely working on his approach and playing up there, and he just went with that pitch where sometimes you'll see him try to pull that ball.
It goes back to what I always told my son during his baseball days: pitch misses away, ball 1. It's not necessarily results. It is the process. You can have a day where you get results, but the process is not good. But in the long run, if you do for example, what Daly just did, the results are going to come if you have a good process. 1 ball, 1 strike. And so that's what you take from that.
Yeah, that's what, we spent the whole fall pretty much working on and, preaching. Obviously, these guys are really good athletes to begin with, but have a good plan and approach up there.
Swing and a miss on Dillard. Dillard walked and scored back in the 3rd. He's behind here, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The freshman out of Scottsdale, Arizona, Chase Terry, trying to work a 1-2-3 bottom of the 4th.
Sticking to his game plan and throwing strikes and see if he can't continue to do this here in the 5th.
7, 8, 9 due up for LaSalle. First pitch is in there for a strike. Jaden Novak, who made that play to end the bottom of the 4th, came out and picked up the Baseball on the strikeout by Dillard. Take strike 2. And then when he went to plant and throw to first, feet came out from underneath him, but still made a nice, strong, accurate throw to end the frame. He's 0 for 1 today. Foul tip off the mid of Savoy.
Yeah, Savoy wanted that one, fouled right back, but just not able to come up with it. But yeah, Tony, we knew that coming into this weekend. You know, they're well coached. We talked about that already. David Miller, former Tiger, he's going to have them, you know, playing the game the right way. And
field his first time, 1 for 1. Takes a strike. He was ahead in the count, going back to that first at bat that came with 1 out in the 3rd. He was ahead in the count, 2-0. Got the pitch he wanted and hit a rocket into left field. This one he pops up, foul ground. Savoy near the first base dugout. We'll give it a look, but it's about 4 rows deep. The fan couldn't come up with it. I think he was trying to protect his daughter or his wife, and he didn't do that good a job of it.
I think she might have taken it off the leg a little bit.
He needs to go to your camp. By the way, camp's coming up again this summer.
Yeah.
And I've seen these camps up close. I'm telling you,
we have fun.
If I wasn't 59 years old, I'd sign up for it.
Hey, come on. We'll put you to work.
Yeah. 0-2, swing and a miss. He struck him out. 7th punch out for the Tiger left-hander. 2 down in the 5th inning.
Yeah, perfectly placed. 2-seam fastball, just all tailing off the outside part of the plate, but nice job and getting another out in this inning. Tigers winning 3-0. Top of the 5th.
By the way, speaking of your camps, which is just phenomenal, and you need to go to ClemsonTigers.com and check out the camps, the baseball camps. Pitch is swung on and pulled deep, but well foul. 0-1 to the number 9 hitter Daniel Perez, who struck out his first time. It's interesting, particularly during baseball season, you walk around and you see these caps that y'all had there and some of the shirt. How many people, not just the kids that get the merchandise, there's a swing and a miss, 0-2, but how many of the parents, because I know you have merchandise for sale during that time, a lot of people are wearing that Clemson stuff.
Hey, we're all supporting one cause, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to pull for the Tigers, so if we can, as Don mentioned yesterday, that swag he was talking about, everybody looking good.
Pitch in the dirt, 1-2. Well, of course, the palmetto tree with the C is a real hit.
I got to give Coach Backage credit for that one. You know, he took it. He's a very creative, very artistic guy. He's a really good artist. Fun fact about Coach Backage, but making the C as the moon, the crescent moon of the palmetto, our state flag symbol. So
it's a hit.
It has been. Yesterday they had some St. Patrick's Day shirts with the logo in it.
1-2. And that is strike 3 called. Inning over. Strike. Jaron 1 for 1. Walked, stole a base, scored the first. Doubled into deep right center back in the 3rd. That was a 2-run Tiger 3rd inning. Swung on, tap, foul at home plate. No balls and 2 strikes. Boy, Monty was here 7
years. Yep.
Monty Lee.
Won an ACC championship his first year. How about this stat?
Yep.
Coach Wilhelm, Coach Leggett, Coach Lee, and Coach Backage have all won an ACC championship their first year.
That's unbelievable. 0-2, just missed him inside. 1-2.
I think he was hoping to get that one. It was a breaking ball that just kind of spun out on him, but
the 1-2 swung on and drilled to left, but it will hook well foul. Count remains 1-2. All right, so we just saw the previous pitch. You said something he was hoping. I noticed him turn in. Is that something y'all teach?
We do. You know, obviously it's your box too, so we want to be able to, you know, we try to win the freebie gain. A hit by
swung on and drilled down the right field line towards the corner. Will the right fielder have room? He leaps. It's off the wall. Purify to second, and he'll have to hold there. He actually came back and slipped because he thought the right fielder, Grun, may have a play in deep right. And a good job there by McClatty not to pass him on the base pass.
Yeah, that was a lot going on right there. I don't think the ball was hit 100, but 39 degrees of launch angle. So I think growing out there, I wasn't sure if the ball was going to stay in the ballpark or not, but Purify couldn't get too far off there at first base with the threat of being caught. But I was just hoping over here in silence that McClatty didn't pass him. So just baseball IQ coming into play and doing a nice job. It's a long single. That's let's see.
Yeah, you don't see many balls off the wall for singles, but
yeah, it didn't actually give me a distance, which is interesting. I might have. It was a kind of a unique batted ball. It was really high.
Now you told me years ago that sometimes that creates that.
It does. It can get out of the radar. It's that's what TrackMan is. It's like 7 radar systems, but tracking the ball on the field of play, but. Anyway, we do have first and second, nobody out, which I like.
Here's Nate Savoy to the plate. Nate swings and hits it to center. Swain comes in. He'll have to play it on a hop. It's a base hit. Snap throw to second, not nearly in time. And the Tigers have 3 consecutive singles to start this bottom of the 5th. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Yeah, another great job of base run right there. That ball was hit right out of line. Not quite as hard, but Swain coming in. You don't know if he's going to make that catch or not, so you have to. Obviously, you don't want to get thrown out there on a force at second base, but Tigers doing a nice job of being heads-up baseball, smart baseball, and we'll play 90 feet baseball if we have to.
So Gaffney, who doubled in a run his last time, 1 for 2, bases loaded, nobody out. He takes a strike, 0-1.
I like that take there. That's a breaking ball. If you got bases loaded, you're trying to do some damage with the pitch, score some runs here, but he hasn't thrown that pitch for a strike, so you don't want to chase out of the zone.
The 0-1, and that is strike 2 called. Right on the outside corner.
Yeah, I think Gaffney thought it might have been a ball or 2 down, but indeed a strike. Now he's got himself a hole to dig out of.
No balls and 2 strikes, bases loaded, nobody out. He swings and taps it slowly to short. They'll go second one, relay to first, double play. Run scores, 4-0 Clemson. But a big double play, 3rd of the game for LaSalle. And that will put a runner at third now at 2 outs with a run in. No RBI, just like we saw back in the first inning on this avoid ground ball double play.
Yeah, that's one thing that'll drive a coach a little bit crazy, just having opportunities to blow this thing open, but we're able to push one across if we can't get a 2-out RBI.
Lichtenberger walked his first time. Runner at third now, 2 down. Lichtenberger looks at ball 1. 4-0 Clemson. As Purify scored on the play. That pitch misses. 2-0.
Breaking ball up in the zone.
That's in there for a strike. And the reason why it was yesterday.
Just,
congratulations to them.
Big time.
So here's to lead things off, and showing bunt and pulling back for a strike is A.J. Giliana, the left fielder. Leadoff batter, so it'll be the top of the order to start this 6th inning. Strikeout, ground out for Giliana in his 0 for 2 afternoon in this game 1 of the doubleheader. And there's a strike, 0-2.
Sharman doing a nice job just getting ahead already in 2 strikes, and the 67th pitch of this ball game for him.
No balls and 2 strikes. Pitch skips in there, and it misses. 1 ball and 2 strikes. But you look at a kid like Sharman, and you just say to yourself, how? How did anyone let him get away? He is a tough pitcher. 1-2, tap foul.
This goes to show you what sometimes a change of scenery can be, but just needing an opportunity. But doing a nice job so far this season for the Tigers.
He's got 8 strikeouts today, which matches his season high back on February 14th, his first career appearance when he had 8 against Army. This pitch is hit on 1 hop to short. Lichtenberger fields, throws high, and the runner is safe. A little soft 1 hopper to Lichtenberger, and he threw it high for the error.
Yeah, that's a tough break right there. That ball had a lot of spin on it when it kind of a soft line drive, but when it checked up, I think it threw him out of his motion a little bit and ended up having to rush the throw and just sailed it over there to Gaffney. Gaffney doing a nice job trying to make a tag on him, but it's going to be ruled an error for the Tigers.
So Swain steps to the plate. First time today that the Explorers have had the leadoff batter aboard. This by way of an error. First pitch is off the mid of Savoy, and down to second on the throw, which nearly got into center field, is Giliana. Ball scooted away just outside the dirt area, third base line. Savoy pounced on it quickly, but a good jump by Giliana to get into scoring positions. That'll be a wild pitch.
Just some of the aggressiveness that we talked about in the pregame is you let that leadoff guy on board, they're going to put pressure on you. See if we can't work our way out of it.
Swain 0 for 2. That one misses in. 2 balls and no strikes. Swain has flied to right and struck out. Mentioned 1 of 8 so far today for Sharman.
Looks like the Tigers do have a guy up in the bullpen. maybe Hayden Simerson, maybe. Can't quite tell, but it's the 71st pitch for Sharman.
The 2-0. Swing and a miss. Be able to take something off of it in a 2-0 hitter's count at 77, 2-1.
Yeah, pulled the string with the changeup. That's Coach Jimmy Bellinger's motto: any pitch, anywhere, anytime. So
I've got something we need to do in this radio booth. We'll talk about it in just a moment. Check of the runner at second. Here's the 2-1. That one is tapped slowly to third. Dillard fields, throws, and it got away. Threw it into the runner. It scoots by. A run will score. Down to second goes Swain. And it's an errant throw on Dillard. Got away from Gaffney. Kind of threw it into the runner.
Yeah, ball's just kind of tailed. He was throwing on the run, but uncharacteristic back-to-back errors by the Tigers. So nice job by Michael Sharman continuing to get those ground balls. But you see Nate Savoy going to go out and just talk to Sharman for a minute and see what we can do.
It's a 4-1 ball game. Just like that, the Explorers have an opportunity to cut that first pitch to Gruen. Is swung on, one hopper to second. Purify fields and throws. There's one down. Moving to third is Swain, but there is one out in the inning.
Nice job by Purify there, just moving his feet. The ball is, he was shifted more up the middle, so nice job of getting his body in front of it and making a good throw to first base.
We're going to keep an eye today. We mentioned men's basketball for the Tigers underway. They're in the top of the second. Oh, by the way, it's softball right behind us at McWhorter Stadium. We'll give you updates as well with that one. Here's Livingston, 1 for 2. And the pitch is swung on in line to left. Crichton falls, now gets up, makes a sliding catch. Tagging at third is Swain. He will score. It's a sac fly RBI. 4-2, Tigers on top here in the 6th.
Yeah, LaSalle taking advantage of those Tiger errors and finding a way to manufacture those runs. But nice job with Jack Crichton there, just sticking with himself. He went to plant to get a jump on the ball and actually slipped. So
we mentioned in the pregame, how do you play? You know, with the turf being a little wet. There's Zestawicki, and he hits it up the middle, going to his left, the shortstop. Lichtenberger fields and throws, and he throws him out, and that will end.
Obviously started, like we mentioned, one time already.
He will face 6, 7, and 8 in the Tiger batting order. Fultz will lead things off, looks at ball 1. Fultz has walked and got some food. How about that?
How about that?
And your guy?
You got people helping us. People helping people.
And who was that again?
That's Harm Graham.
Harm Graham. Pitch
Operations assistant.
Popped up, foul ground, first base side, over and under it, making the catch for out number 1 is Welchins. As Fultz is retired. Final line on the Tiger starting pitcher Sharman, 5 innings, 3 hits. Both of his runs he gave up were unearned. No walks, 8 strikeouts. And now on the season, he has 1 walk and 26 strikeouts all total. 3 flyouts, 4 groundouts, 74 total pitches, 57 of which were in the strike zone. Lowers his ERA to 0.72 on the season. Here's Crichton, the left fielder. Jack looks at a ball low.
Tigers going to have to, Fultz, we saw him chase out of the zone there, a little bit frustrated with himself. So we've seen several 2-out rallies with nobody on, only 1 out here, but see if we can't get something started.
The 1-0 is hit right side. It will slice foul out of play. And the count is even, 1 ball, 1 strike.
We need to open this thing up, Tony. We don't need to let these guys hang around. We know how well coached they are. We know what they can do on the base path. So see if we can get some runs here.
The 1-1 to Jack. Swing and a miss. And we also saw they had an opportunity last inning to get back in it, and they took advantage.
They did.
Found a way to get 2 runs.
Like I said, they're a good ball club. You don't win 8 games by just showing up. So do a nice job of making the most of it.
The field is last time. Sun really has come out now. Pitches to the screen on the fly. Moving to second is Crichton. So Crichton down to second on the very wild pitch. That ball hit the backstop on the fly.
I think it was a changeup maybe. It was a really low spin rate. Again, we don't have a ton of scouting information on LaSalle for this weekend, just with the games they've played thus far. It was a real low spin rate, only 75 miles an hour, so it might have been a split finger or a changeup that just got away from him.
1 ball, no strikes. Pitch is down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. And we were talking this before we went to break. How many pitches?
For Sharman or
no? For
Terry?
For Terry was 3. He got 3 outs on 3 pitches.
Oh, for Sharman. For Simerson.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, 3 for 3. How about that?
Yeah.
That's efficient.
We weren't sure if it was. I wasn't sure if it was 3 or 4. It was just 3. 2-0. Misses in. 3-0.
Nice job by Daly, just being patient up there. Looks like so far on Carpatus. Hopefully I'm saying that right.
You know what? I was going to tell you, I went down to the dugout for the game. That's how they gave me the printout.
Well, you did your homework. You were prepared.
If we're wrong, it's their dugout's fault.
All right. We'll blame Coach Miller.
Here's a 3-0. Swung on, hit hard up the middle. Perez backhands nicely on the outfield grass. Toss on the run is in time to retire Daly for out number 2. Crichton moves to third on the play.
That's a heck of a play. That's the second play we've seen Perez make today, just making it look easy, but ball was hit way up the middle, and he went way into the grass and just being able to make a nice throw. Threw a strike over there to first base.
That's a nice play. By the way, the Clemson men's basketball team, who was trailed by as many as 8 or 10 throughout this ball, they're now up 4 with the ball.
That's what we talked about, making that second half adjustment.
Let's see if Jay Dillard can get that run home. 0 for 1 today, has walked and scored, and has also struck out. And he looks at ball 1, walked leading off the 3rd inning.
It's a pretty good pitch there, too. And I think Novak, the catcher, just gave up on it. We got to find a way to get a 2-out RBI. We haven't had one today, I don't believe.
Here's the 1-0. It's in there for a strike.
Same pitch.
Got so many open windows on my computer. Softball, baseball, basketball. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, hit hard, fair. Down the left field line into the corner. Crichton scores. Dillard heads a second. He'll stand there with a 2-out RBI double, and the Tigers lead it 5-2.
Well, Jay Dillard coming out, just what we talked him right into. It was the first 2-out RBI of the day, actually, for both teams. So nice job by Jay Dillard, just hitting the ball hard and stand-up double with 2 outs. How about we string a few of these together?
Well, and you talk about 2-out hitting today. Salle 0 for 6. Tigers now 1 for 6 with that double. And so here's Purify, runner at second. 2 down, run in. The pitch. Missed away. 1 ball, no strikes. Purify walked, stole a base, scored in the 1st, doubled in the 3rd, singled and scored in the 5th. So he's got a perfect day going. Can the Tigers answer the 2-run top of the 6th with a pair in the bottom half? So far, they're halfway there. Pitch is swung on and lined to deep left. That ball is going to be a foul ball down in the corner. Didn't have home run distance.
Man, I thought off the bat that ball was going to be fair. There's
I did too.
So if you're familiar with Doug Kingsmore Stadium, past the visiting bullpen, there's literally, I think, 6 feet from the foul line to the wall there, and unfortunately that ball landed right in one of those
I didn't think
gaps.
There was any chance that ball was going to go foul.
I thought I was over here wheeling him around third. So
1 ball, 1 strike. Back to the home plate area. Purify. He was hustling.
Oh, he's going to hustle. That's one thing. I love watching that kid run. And unbelievable young man as well. And
from Detroit.
He's from inner city Detroit. That's right. He was a Michigan commit that we were able to, Coach Backage able to
had a connection.
Bring him with.
Pitch misses in. 2 balls and a strike. Well, if you've met Eric Backage and spent more than 30 seconds with him, it's no surprise a kid wants to come here and play baseball.
That's right.
He is top notch about everything he does, not just baseball. Mentioned his loyalty to his country and the veterans and a number of things. 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2.
Good cut there on a fastball.
You know, when you talk about a program and buying into it, and it's not just the team, it's really everybody involved. You hang around for this ball club at any period of time. You understand there is a certain aura about the way they go about their business. 3-2, and you know what? Even as fans, you feel it and you want to be around it.
Yeah, I'll be honest and transparent with you. It's honestly probably why I've been here as long as I have. Thankfully, I've been fortunate enough to have that opportunity. But to be around good people in such a special place that Clemson is, it makes it a lot of fun.
3-2 misses, ball 4. And so Purify walks. The Tigers have him at 1st and 3rd with the run in and 2 down here in the 6th for Tristan McClyde. Now, Coach, would you even think about a double steal? I mean, that's crazy to even ask.
I think with
not with a left-handed batter.
good offensive player is Tristan McClatty, left-handed, 2 outs here.
Just hit rewind on that question. That wasn't
That's
a good one.
Anything's up for
but you got a left-handed batter up.
That's all right.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'll take a double in the gap.
Pitch misses away a ball. Yeah. You got an interesting text from one of your friends down in the Cajun Cafe about the
there was
McClatty's last
sounds like there might have been some controversy that
was unearned. As we go to the 7th inning, it'll be 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Explorers. By the way, taking a look at softball, they are in the 4th. And that game is scoreless. First pitch is in there. And that is the 4th pitch for the right-hander for the Tigers, Simerson, out of Salisbury, North Carolina. And he has thrown 4 strikes, make it 5, swing and a miss.
Yes, Hayden's a great guy, a great young man. Again, another great guy on this team, but he was the Division II reliever of the year nationwide last year. So just a guy that's been an impact guy to this bullpen, and we're going to see him a lot.
The 0-2. Checked his swing. Foul tip. Did he hang on to it? He did, and that's a strikeout for out number 1 in the 7th. So Welchin strikes out to begin the inning.
Yeah, he was looking to see if he caught it, but it was a good pitch as well. So,
second time today that Welchin has struck out. And oh, by the way, for Clemson, that's their 9th punch out as a staff. Sharman, who began this game, had 8.
Welchin leads LaSalle too with home runs with 5.
First pitch is in there at 93 from Simerson against the catcher Novak. Novak has grounded out to third twice. He's 0 for 2. The 0-1. Checked his swing. Not in time. Not sure if he called it or he foul tipped it. Nonetheless, it's no balls and 2 strikes. Trying to make quick work of the right-handed hitting catcher. The pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Well, 94.
94.
So I'll top you one on your 93, and here's 94 for you.
So back-to-back punch-outs to begin the 7th, and here's Austin Rue, who was doubled to left and struck out. This is low. Now he's at 90%. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I won't go there. Come on.
Go ahead. But still.
I'll take. I think Sharman's performance was the highest in NCAA since It's been a while. I don't want to. It's either 2001.
Probably since Bob Mahoney pitched.
That's probably
back
right.
in '75, and he was on that '76 team, by the way, that went to the World Series. Mahoney threw gas, by the way. You didn't know that?
He talks down about it.
He does talk down. I know he's listening in Birmingham.
You can't hide talent.
2-1. That's ball 3. This is not good for me. 9 for 9 and 0 for 3 cents. Golly. You know, my wife tells me all the time to just shut up. Maybe I should.
Well, they say God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason.
Here's the 3-1. And that one is hit foul. So it's 3-2. Yeah, that's a good point. It's hard to do broadcasts on the radio, though, right? When you don't talk. Wouldn't you think? You hear me? You know, I agree with the shut up, but it's really hard to do a radio broadcast when you're not talking.
No, that's right. That's right. Well, you know about everybody.
Well, he was the first third baseman in college in Charleston
right.
history. Yeah. He's a pharmacist. Here's Nate Savoy to lead things off, and the first pitch is in there for a strike. Nate, 1 for 3, single to center his last time. Tigers with 7 base hits today as a ball club. 3, 4, and 5 due up for Eric Bakich's ball club. The 0-1 from the right-hander is swung on and fly to left. Over into left center is Giliana. He makes the catch, 1 down.
I got him to chase a breaking ball out of the zone, and just kind of a off-speed pitch just backed up and got him in on the hand. So Nate a little bit frustrated with that at bat, but I'd love to see if we can't put some pressure on LaSalle here and see if we can't get another guy out of this bullpen again with a doubleheader today, another game tomorrow. Try to get that depth of that pitching. I think the Tigers can. We have more depth than they do, so see if we can't get into that pen.
Here's Luke Gaffney, and he checks his swing on a pitch low and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Carpetas in his 2nd inning of work. So far, inning and a third, allowed 1 unearned run. 23 pitches, 12 strikes, however, so not a real good ratio, ball to strike. There's one that's in there, 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, this crowd really starting to file in, and they still got some time remaining in the basketball game.
How's our score update over there?
Well, I'll give it to you in just a moment. They're down to 6.5 to go. Pitch skips in there. 2-1 Tigers. Clemson leading Georgia Tech, looking for win number 22. Brad Brownell's ball club on top of the Yellow Jackets, 63-58. Clemson also looking for their 12th league win in 18 tries.
How about that?
Yeah. 2 balls and a strike on Gaffney with 1 out in the 7th. Here's the pitch, and that misses in. 3-1. You know, you can tell a lot about a hitter. Sometimes the first thing I look at is stats as I look at walks.
Yeah, that's
you know,
good discipline at the plate, being patient, and it was a good take right there by Luke.
3-1. And it missed away. Ball 4. 1 out walk for Gaffney, and the Tigers have 1 aboard here in the 7th.
Take that free 90.
Used to tell my son, you can't walk, you can't just walk to be a good hitter, but good hitters walk.
That's right.
Because it shows plate discipline.
It's a byproduct of having a good plan, a good approach, and no doubt about that.
And look, you hear it a lot, camps and everything. A lot of people say, hey, what kind of advice for my young son? I tell them, learn the strike zone. Just learn the strike zone, first and foremost.
That's a great way.
Here's Lichtenberger, ball 1.
Can't go to the plate looking for a walk, but you can go up there with a plan and stick to that plan and hopefully have a good quality at bat, or you take what they'll give you.
6th walk of the day for Tiger hitters. Runner at first, 1 out, 1-0 pitch, and that is down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, and I know for young kids in particular, it's difficult. Let's be honest. In high school, the strike zones are a little different. As you get to this level, though, they're pretty right on. But it can be difficult. 2-0 is swung on and popped. Shallow center. Out goes the shortstop. In comes the center fielder. That is Swain, who makes the call and the catch. 2 down.
Yeah, Lichtenberger frustrated with himself there. He got a good pitch to hit there. It was a fastball and just missed it, but see if we can't do some damage here with 2 outs.
So here's Fultz, designated hitter today, 0 for 1. Walked back in the 2nd, popped up and foul ground first base side, back into 6th. The pitch swung on, hit home. Leading off the 8th, ball 1. Perez 0 for 2, pair of punch outs. Sun has really come out now.
Get your sunglasses out.
Good point. 1-0, swung on it up the middle, and it will sneak into center field, a base hit just by Simerson and just past the diving shortstop for the Tigers, Lichtenberger. And so Perez, a leadoff base hit to start the 8th, 4th hit for the Explorers.
That's just the 2nd time today that they've had that leadoff guy aboard. So
talked about them not going away. Saw that with a Bryant ball club, very scrappy. Coach Miller and his Explorers coming here when giving the Tigers all they can handle in this first game of the doubleheader today. 5-2 in the 8th. Runner at first, nobody out. Here's Giliana, and he waves at the first pitch and misses. The left fielder struck out in the first, grounded out in the 3rd, reached on an error and scored in the 2-run 6th inning for LaSalle. Both of those runs that inning unearned. The 0-1. Fouled straight back. No balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Hayden just attacking that strike zone, and so we can't roll us up a ground ball here.
Let's get a double play. They've turned what, 3 of them?
3 of them, 3 big ones too.
3 huge ones. Kept this game close. You take the double plays and the line drives.
That's right.
The line drive that was caught. With 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. Runner bluffs going, pitch into dirt. Nice backhand by Savoy to save a wild pitch on a pitch low and away, and the count goes to 1-2.
Yeah, tried to overthrow a breaking ball there and overthrew it.
By the way, your family here today?
They might make a little bit
a little bit later. Got to get the family in there, right?
That's right.
The 1-2 won't be made. Quick throw to first, and Perez dances his way back onto the bag. May have almost lost his balance, trying to not get hit by the baseball, and also the tag by Gaffney.
I'd take a freebie there, but most likely a nap time right now for the kids, but maybe afterwards.
Simerson misses away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So that's 84. Is that a slider?
That's a slider, yep.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's a tight bite on that slider. Kind of reminds you a little bit of a kid by the name of Nelson that comes out of the bullpen. He's got a really, he's my favorite. I got a lot of favorites. Y'all don't know if you noticed that.
He's a freshman that he's a perfect closer mentality.
2-2, misses in, 3-2. So the leadoff batter, Giliano, has run the count full. He's hoping to get aboard to bring the tying run to the plate in this 8th inning. His ball club trailing Clemson 5-2. Simerson comes set. Runner not going, swung on and popped up. It'll reach the seats behind home plate. Count stays at 3-2.
Yeah, here's some life out of that LaSalle dugout over there too. So definitely don't want these guys to hang around. And this is a 3-2 count that Coach Bellinger talks about, winning your 3-2 count. So see if Simerson can do that here.
Again, the payoff. Swung on, fouled again. Right side out of play over by the baseball facility. By the way, I noticed that there's a balcony with a number of fans sitting there. Who is that for? Is that anyone in particular?
It's typically just the coaching staff's family, or some, sometimes it's some of our support staff.
Is it alumni? Pitch swung on again, pop out. Do former players, is that where they sit?
Yeah, so the lower balcony,
the
balcony off the second floor is what we like to call our alumni plaza. And Giuliana fouls that one away to keep the 3-2 count alive. But yeah, all of our alumni, we have designated home games. They're able to come back with with a guest or their immediate family. So definitely a perk, a great seat in the house too. So appreciate those guys staying involved in the program.
3-2, swung on again, pop foul right side. Good at bat by Giuliana.
That's something we've seen the Clemson offense do so well this year. Just, Lichtenberger, what started and sparked a 7-run inning on Wednesday. It was a 10-pitch at bat that did a nice job fouling off pitches, but let's see if he just throws strikes and competes, and we saw that Sunday against the Gamecocks here.
The 0-1. Strike 2 called on the outside corner at 93, 0-2.
And not to mention that ball is just moving like crazy as well. He's right-handed, but similar to Lekurnik, the left-hander we saw yesterday, with a lot of horizontal movement there.
Check of the runner down at second. Here's the 0-2, and that's in the dirt. Nice block by Savoy. They asked first base umpire if he went on the swing, and they say that Swain did not go.
That's a great 0-2 pitch. He just buried it. You don't want to give up anything too good, 0-2, and just doing a nice job burying that pitch to see if he can get it to Chase, and might throw the same pitch again.
Check of the runner at second. The 1-2 swung on, tapped slowly to third. With nobody out, you've got Perez at third, Giuliana at second, Swain, who just reached on the infield base hit, down at first. And here is Carter Groon, the right fielder, strikeout victim. He's also singled to right and grounded out. First pitch from Nelson, here it is. Swing and a miss. He waved at that one.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. That's another slider that's just 86 miles an hour. But I tell you, they've got the LaSalle dugout back to life.
Yeah, you can hear them. You definitely can hear them.
Tip your cap, they're not just going to lay down just because they're playing Clemson.
The 0-1, this is up. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Tigers would love to see a ground ball to either short or second and possibly turn a double play.
That would be nice. I'd even take a strikeout right now.
Absolutely. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, but right back to that hard slider away. It's 1-2. So tell me about this 2,300 RPM spin rate.
Yeah, it's just, it's going to look like that pitch is going to stay on plane more. So obviously the higher the spin rate, just the ball's going to have a lot more depth on it.
1-2, checked his swing to stay alive, fouled it off, screen behind home plate. 1-2, it stays.
And then he's got a lot of pitches too. He throws a 4-seam, throw a 2-seamer, fastball. Obviously the slider we've talked about. He'll mix in a curveball occasionally. Throws a changeup as well, so really a 5-pitch mix.
1-2, swung on, drilled to left, but it will hook well foul. That slide piece, as they call it, got a little too much of the plate on the inner half.
And that actually might have been his curve. Might have been his curveball.
Yeah, okay.
It's such a hard. It's I don't envy the position of our sports science team that has to tag TrackMan, because you're trying to tag it as accurate as possible, and it's a tough one.
Here's the 1-2 pitch from Nelson, and a strike 3 called on the outside corner. There's your strikeout, and there's one away.
Man, that ball is perfectly executed on the outside part of the plate, down in the zone, 96 miles an hour. So that's a big first out for this Tiger defense and Danny Nelson.
That is the first punch out for Nelson, 12th by Tiger pitchers today, 8 for Sharman.
He's got the heart of the order here. Growing 3-hole hitter. Handled by Gaffney.
So here's a Wiki, and he checks his swing, but not in time on the first pitch. And snowballs and a strike. It's a 5-3 Tiger advantage. Livingston reaching on the E3. Perez scoring from third. Moving to third is Giliana. And that pitch, he went around. No balls and 2 strikes, and Swain moves to second. 5-3. Tigers on top. And a base hit away from tying this thing potentially is LaSalle.
Yeah, the outfielders are playing no doubles, pretty deep in the ballpark.
The 0-2. And that is, by the way, at Littlejohn, Tigers nursing a 4-point lead. Georgia Tech with the ball, however. We'll keep you updated. But here the bases are loaded. 2 outs in the 8th. The 1-1 from Nelson, and that is strike 2 called in the inner half. 1-2.
Good pitch there. 2-strike count here. Danny doing a nice job getting to those 2 strikes in those first 3 pitches, but still some work to do here with 2 outs.
Runners get their leads off of every base. The 1-2 swung on, grounded up the middle. Lichtenberg knocks it down, won't have a play. A run will score, and the bases remain loaded. It's a 5-4 Clemson lead.
A good piece of hitting there. He got the slider again, and he just took it and hit that ball right back up the middle. Nice job by Tyler Lichtenberger, just laying out to keep that ball in the infield and saving, making sure that runner from second couldn't score on the base hit. LaSalle's not going anywhere, like we said.
Yeah, the infield base hit makes it a 5-4 game, and now here's Novak, the catcher, who is 0 for 3. Go-ahead run now in scoring position, and that pitch misses ball 1. You know, and both base hits. I mean, you took the swinging bunt off of Nelson, and now a ground ball that, and Lichtenberger did a nice job just to knock it down.
Ball hasn't left the infield yet. See if we can keep it that way. And
the pitch, swing, and a foul off the mid of Savoy. It's a 5-4 Clemson lead, top of the 8th. Explorers have scored 2 in the inning. They've got the bases loaded. Welton's just drove in a run with an infield hit.
We got to get out of this inning.
Swain at third. Livingston, or actually the pinch runner, down at second. Here's the 1-1, and that's fouled right side out of play. Brendan Till, the pinch runner, and Welton's over at first. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs in the 8th against the right-hander Carpetis, and yes.
Ball got away from the on-field visiting bullpen.
Down there in the lounge area, the left field lounge.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what we're going to call it, the left field lounge. So here's Crichton to lead it off, and the first pitch is swung on, hit the third, backhanded nicely by Rue. Cross the diamond throw, skips twice and gets away. And safe on the play is Crichton. I think that should be an infield hit. I think he was going to beat the throw anyway.
Yeah, that ball was right on top of the line. It's like the 3rd ball I think we've seen today, right on top of the line. So Rue made a good effort and didn't quite get the throw on it that he could. But hey, maybe that's a start the Tigers need. That would be tough. He's fallen off to that third base side. So see if we just can't put together some quality at bats here and find a way to build an inning.
And the pitcher comes set, and he goes to first, and they've got Crichton leaning. He's in a rundown. It goes 1-3, back to 1 for the Duke, the pitcher covering. Now to 6, now to 4. The rundown continues, and they throw it away, and Crichton's going to be safe at second. Ball goes into left field, and Jack's going to go all the way to third. What a job by Crichton to stay alive and force the error.
Hey, that's why you never give up right there. That's obviously you want to get a rundown, an out in 2 throws. And honestly, at LaSalle there, even the first baseman, a little bit nonchalant there, just kind of, closing, making the ground there, closing the difference. But
if you jack Crichton,
he's gassed right now.
Well, not only that though, if that's going to happen, the best thing for him just happened.
Yeah,
he stayed in it, and now he's at third. If you're going to get picked off like that,
I feel like the left
infield
fielder
is in, by the way.
Yeah, Giliana had come in on it. No one was out there. The ball trickled out there. Good heads-up baseball.
First pitch to Dally, misses away, sweeping off-speed pitch at 75. 1 ball, no strike. So the first pitch wasn't made. Duke went to first. to give Crichton a look, and Jack had come off the bag. He was picked off, but he stayed in the rundown and had 4 or 5 throws, and the last one scooted in the left field. And he's at third now with nobody out.
We needed one of those breaks.
Yes, sir. Upstairs, 2-0.
Now you talked about Ty Daly doing a job. Now he's got a job to do, right? He's got to hit the ball hard. We know he's got the power. He's leading the country, active leader of career home runs.
That's right. Did he, what was his, 59th against South Carolina?
I think that's something about like that.
2 balls, no strikes, infield in, and that pitch catches the outside corner at 76. 2-1. Daly twice today has hit the ball in the outfield. Fly to center his first time and then hit the ball hard to left field back in the 4th inning. He's also grounded out. Runner at third, nobody out. 2 balls and a strike, the pitch. 3-1, just missed away.
Yeah, good take. We saw Ty get his first career home run as a Clemson Tiger this last Sunday versus the Gamecocks. It was a left-on-left matchup, too. It was actually the former Tiger Hudson Lee. So see if he can't get a good pitch to hit here. And he doesn't have to try to do too much with it. Just find a way to score that run.
3-1. Foul ball off the umpire behind home plate. And the counts run full 3-2.
He got a pitch on the inside part of the plate. He's got a battle now.
So runner at third, nobody out. The look in by Duke, the pitch, and it misses away, ball 4. 2 on, nobody out.
Great at bat right there by Ty, just being
really
patient.
Was.
Yeah, just being patient at the plate. Trying to come back with a slider, just getting the chase away.
So they, on that rundown, the error is going to be charged to the left fielder who came in and took the throw, but he muffed it.
I don't envy those jobs either. Just trying to, you did a great job. You were, I should have been taking notes over here because you calling it.
Trying to call the numbers. And,
yeah, that was good.
I didn't expect that many throws. Here's first and third, nobody out. By the way, Tigers win it in basketball. Here we're trying to add to a 1-run lead, and that nearly went to the backstop. First pitch, ball 1 to Jay Dillard. Your good friend, by the way, from Walhalla. Speaking of Walhallians, there's such a thing. Steve Hamby letting us know that Tigers win it 79-70.
We missed you yesterday, Steve.
Yeah. Was he running a camp? You had a camp or something?
He had something come up. He was going to come, but
you had a camp?
Not a camp.
Oh, a camp.
I think he had something else come up.
1-0. That is in there for a strike. So the Tigers win it in basketball, and they do get their 12th ACC win. It was a battle, 22-9 for Brad Brownell's Tigers. They go to the ACC tournament, but here the Tigers lead 5-4 in baseball. First and third, nobody out. Bottom of the 8th, the pitch from Duke is swung on and yanked foul left side off the screen down by the left field lounge. And it's 1-2 on Dillard.
Duke likes that breaking ball. We saw him try to backdoor breaking ball there. Pitch before, and then he came right back with it, trying to get it on the Jay's hands, the right-handed hitter. See if he can't try to hit one right back up the middle.
Infield obviously in. The 1-2 to Dillard. Duke delivers, and it bounces in there. 2-2.
Nice job by Novak yesterday. He took a beating yesterday, too. He had 3 foul balls right off of foul back and hit him, so good block there to keep Daly from being able to move up.
Crichton over at third, Daly over at first. Both get their leads. Nobody out, bottom 8. 5-4 Clemson, nobody out. The pitch is fouled back. Dillard hangs alive.
Good take there, good job. Just keeping his at bat alive.
With 2 strikes.
Yeah, backdoor breaking ball again, and too close to take with 2 strikes, but he talked about knowing the strike zone.
By the way, there's going to be a number of people heading this way in just a few moments.
Come on, we like it. They are going to clear the stadium in between games.
Okay.
So
well, they'll just be tailgating before.
That's right. We'll take a 45-minute break and see if we can't put this one away first.
2 balls and 2 strike. Duke delivers, and that just missed in at 86. So the count is run full at 3-2. All right. Do you send Daly?
Yeah, I was about to say, Daly's got a little bit of speed.
3-2 pitch, trying to stay out of a double play. Or
1 for 1 on the year. Stolen base.
He is not going, and the pitch is pulled foul. Third base side. Count stays 3-2. Situation is this. It's 5-4 Clemson. Bottom of the 8th inning. Game 1 of today's doubleheader over LaSalle. Tigers saw their 5-2 eighth inning lead cut to 5-4. As LaSalle got a pair in the top of the eighth. The Tigers trying to answer here in the bottom half. First and third, nobody out. The lefty Duke comes set. The pitch is away. Jaron walked, stole a base, scored in the first. He doubled in the third, singled to center in the fifth and scored, and walked in the sixth. 2 for 2, been on base 4 times. Runner at first, Dally, 1 out, run in. 6-4 Tigers, bottom 8. The pitch. In there for a strike. Caught the inner half, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Went back to that breaking ball. We've seen a lot of breaking balls from Duke, so pitch is up in the zone. I don't mind that. You're heading the count 1-0. It's a good take.
Duke comes set at the belt. Long pause. Deep breath, the pitch. Up and in, 2-1. Well, we know Purify can handle the bat just a bit, but we do have the lefty who's already proven he's got a real good pickoff move.
We don't need to give him an out here.
But you're wondering, do you roll the dice, move the runner, 2-1? Runner not going, pitch swung on, fly ball left. Giliana in a step, now pulled back, ball 1. Don't forget, fans, stay with us following this game. We will send it back to network control. William Quackenbush will handle the intermission between the 2 games, and then Brad and I will have game 2. There's a pitch that's in there for a strike. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, McClatty, I talked about a lot of guys this way, but he was really one of my favorites last year, and I thought one of the things that hurt Clemson obviously late in the year is when he got injured, because he does so many things so well.
He's a very versatile player, athletic, and really maturing into the game.
2-1, ball gets away, and Dally heads for second, and the throw is not in time. It did not get away from the catcher, Novak, much, maybe 3 or 4 feet away from home plate, but heads up by Dally. He read it and got to second.
Yeah, great job right there. A good dirt ball read is what we like to call it, and instantly you have to commit to it right away. And like you said, the ball didn't go far away from Novak, but Dally doing a nice job. Now he's moved up 90 feet. He's got this runner in scoring position. See if
they're going to rule that a pass ball. Oh, by the way, if you're scoring at home. But really good at bat by Dally in this 8th inning. And then, as Coach just mentioned, a good read on that ball off the mid of the catcher. Here's the 2-1. And McClatty almost got hit up and in. He was reaching over the plate a little bit.
That's when you don't want to see the athleticism. But that ball was coming right up and in on him. It's fastball.
84.
Yeah, home plate umpire Joseph Blumnauer giving him a little bit of a breather and sweeping off the plate. Got a game respect game.
And you know, McClatty doing what most do. We've seen Duke stay away with the off speed, and he's kind of leaning over, and Duke didn't, just tried to come in. Crichton to make it a 6-4 game. Purify flies to left. McClatty walks. First and second, 2 outs. Here's Nate Savoy. First pitch to Nate, fouled straight back. Nate is grounded into a double play, singled, reached on an error, and is flied out. 1 for 4.
Yeah, big swing right there from Nate. He got a fastball up in the zone a bit. Nate's got some of the most raw power on the team, and really good hitter we've seen obviously so far this season. See if he can do it here.
Pitch is a strike on the outside corner. He's behind here, no balls and 2 strikes. Big, tall, lanky right-hander.
Yeah, good arm. He's up 90 miles an hour there, so.
True freshman out of Langhorne, as you mentioned, Langhorne, Pennsylvania. The 0-2. Upstairs, 1-2. Reminds me of a former big leaguer by the name of Mike Lacoste. Big, tall, lanky. You don't know, you remember Mike Lacoste.
I don't remember that
big,
one.
Tall, lanky. We had a kid at the college named Jason Gilfillan that was built just like him, and then went on for be a major league pitcher. Big, tall, long kid. 1-2. This is upstairs, 2-2. And also reminds me of a former teammate of mine in high school who went on to be a great pitcher here at Clemson. Mike Kimbrell.
Know that name.
Mike was from Mount Pleasant. And in fact, one year he was 8-0, I think, for Clemson. Or 10-0, yeah. 2-2 pitch. Hit hard and foul into the bullpen left side. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll take some of those guys I was going to say here in Clemson, but you talk about being a big league pitcher. I think Nate Savoy is going to be a big league hitter. I tell you, he goes about his business just so professional. He's only a sophomore as well, so very thankful. Had an incredible career last year as his freshman at Loyola Marymount.
You know what impressed me about him more than just the fact he hits the ball and hits it hard. First the 2-2. Swung on, hit to short. Fielded by the shortstop. Underhand tosses.
See if he can't do his thing.
He'll face 8, 9, and 1 in the LaSalle order. Austin Rue, the third baseman. First pitch from Nelson is just in. Ball 1. Rue has doubled and struck out twice. He is 2 of 13 strikeouts today by the Explorers against Tiger pitchers. The 1-0. And that is in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
He missed with the fastball at 94, so he comes back with an 87-hour slider, just catching the bottom half of the zone. Even this count up, 1-1.
The 1-1. Check to swing, foul tip, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. How important is it, trying to protect the lead, is that leadoff batter?
Yeah, especially with a team like LaSalle.
Yep.
Like, you know, we've talked about it for 2 days now. Like they're very aggressive on the base paths. They put pressure on you, but the way to combat that is just make sure that leadoff guy doesn't get on board. We saw that yesterday.
The 1-2, fouled back. We've also seen this before. They do a good job. We go back to last inning, and I believe it was Swain who had all those foul balls before he eventually, or actually it was Giuliano, the left fielder, who walked on a number of 3-2 foul balls. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, line to left. Crichton over. Got it! Sliding softly in the left center. And out number 1 to start the 9th inning.
A good piece of hitting there right there by Rue, but great jump by Jack Crichton. He got another slider, and Jack, really good jump and a little sliding catch there. And McClatty was shifted actually in the right center gap, so if that ball got by Jack, that could have been trouble, but really nice catch. And hey, we recorded that leadoff batter.
So here's Perez, who led off the 8th inning with a single to center, eventually scored. Left-handed batter facing Nelson. The first pitch is inside, ball 1. Clemson 2 outs away. Got Dillard, by the way, down at third, well off the bag at third. Playing Perez to pull. Pitch just missed away, 2-0. You could tell after the basketball game, more umpires have showed up in the crowd.
Yeah, like Ed Paul ball didn't miss by much either. It was a backdoor breaking ball.
2-0, and that is in there for a strike, 2-1.
And this is second baseman Daniel Perez. We saw his brother Ryan Perez. He led off yesterday, not in the lineup today. Probably going to see him second game. So
2-1 from Nelson. Tap foul, first base side, 2-2. So you got to see him yesterday, huh?
Yeah, we saw they had bookend brothers. Leadoff spot and the 9-hole. So
Nelson has battled back to even the count at 2-2. The 2-2. Here it comes, and it just missed away, 3-2.
Danny wanted that one. Looks like the ball might have been maybe a ball off the outside part of the plate, but that's too close to take with 2 strikes.
Well, TrackMan says you're correct. It's just off. What a good job by this home plate umpire. Here's the payoff. And that is strike 3 called, out number 2 in the 9th inning.
And Danny's like, well, if you're not going to give me a half a ball out, I'll just put it right on the outside part of the plate. So just being able to control that pitch so well, that's what makes Danny Nelson so special. Just really nice job and big second out of the inning.
That is his 3rd strikeout in relief, 14 of them for the Tigers today. And 2 outs, top of the order. Here's Giuliano trying to get aboard to keep this game alive for the visitors. 2 outs, 9th inning to pitch. And that is a strike called.
How about that one? That's the hardest we've seen yet. 98 miles an hour.
98.
That's a season best for Danny Nelson. He was tired.
Owens.
Tired of playing. Yeah, you can't even
neighborhood.
I don't think you can reverse those numbers and get there. Maybe you turn them upside down.
The pitch is in there, strike 2. The last time I saw 98 miles per hour was when I rode with Bob Mahoney to Durham.
Hey,
you're laughing. You know it's true.
He just did it again. Back-to-back 98.
No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, and it misses high.
It's almost not fair. 2 pitches on the black for 98 miles an hour, and then just trying to drop in a slider. Just missed in the top part of the zone.
You hear the rhythmic chant of the Tigers fans clapping in the background. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the 9th, the pitch. And that is just out of the zone, low, 2-2.
Man.
TrackMan was right on it.
Yeah, I like what I see from Danny Nelson. That's
I don't know how you don't swing it.
I think he just got fooled.
looking
I
slider.
don't know if he even took it. I think he got lucky that it was just out of the zone.
I think you're right. Here is the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, line drive, base hit left field.
They challenged him with another fastball, and not a terrible pitch location, but
so the tying run will come to the plate in the form of Chase Swain, the center fielder for LaSalle. Swain has hit a couple of homers this year. Today, he has flied out, struck out, reached on an error, and then had a swinging bunt single last inning in the 8th. That was right down the third base line. The pitch from Nelson. Strike called on the outside corner, 0-1.
That's going to be the 39th pitch on the day for Danny Nelson, so he's going to be done for the weekend.
Yep.
But see if we can't find a way to finish this one out, and we'll worry about the next one then.
Pitch misses away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Runner at first. 2 down, top of the 9th. Clemson 6, LaSalle 4. The 1-1, and that is strike 2 called on the outside corner. Tigers trying to wrap this one up. Softball is already wrapped up, a 1-0 win over Georgia Tech. Again, the fans come to their feet. Again, the rhythmic clapping.